Well, hello, ladies and gentlemen. Curious One is back with a brand new question for this week. This question is complicated. It's pretty much more focused by religious people who believe in the story of Adam and Eve. If you do not believe or this thing doesn't resonate with you, get out of here. But if it resonates with you, or if you're curious about what the religious people believe in, stay tuned. So the question is, how did different races came out of one race which Adam and Eve belonged to? Adam and Eve are believed to be placed or believed to be Middle Eastern kind of entities or whatever they were. Let's suppose they were brown. They had brown eyes and brown hair and fair skin. I'm comparing myself with them. The question is, how did a typical Mongolian Asian / Chinese race come out of this type of looking individual or human being? Or a Sudanese pitch black, super dark skin came out of this type of kind of color? Or super Caucasian, white, let's say Swedish, or Norwegian, or Irish with ginger hair or red hair came out of one race? Now, there is an argument going on that maybe perhaps Adam was with darker skin, a typical dark man with beard and like long or brown, short brown, whatever hair. And Eve was, excuse me, Eve was typically very Caucasian, very white, pale skin, blonde hair, blue eyes, or whatever. Still doesn't make sense. How would the combination of these two give birth to a very typical traditional Mongolian / Chinese race? That's not possible. So the story of Adam and Eve could actually be either a hoax or the story is not complete. The story was told by people who are basically Jewish people, or the ones before them, but basically Jewish people, because they are the best storytellers and best describers of the history when it comes to mythology and the religion. So have you ever thought about this, whether you are religious or not? Have you ever thought about how come collusion between two human beings gave birth to countless races? Now there are people who believe in this nonsense that, okay, some people traveled from Middle East to, let's say, some sunny places like Africa, and eventually by time their skin turned darker. That's absolutely nonsense. The genetic of human being, the color genes are specific because they have a specific codes. You cannot change that specific code. You need a soul code to combine with the other soul code to create a new race. Now, either Adam and Eve are nonsense, or if they were the first humans, first successful experiments of all the experiments that were done by aliens or the ancestors, they had completely different genetic. However, I personally do not believe, I never believe that a typical super white, super Caucasian race could give birth to a typical traditional Asian Mongolian race. That's above my comprehension. Now, you may give me definitions of how DNA got manipulated, how DNA can be replaced. I still cannot see a typical African darker skin, blacker skin person to give birth to a very solid and pure blonde and blue eyes or fair skin race. However, there are some complications. I am aware about people who are born of African families and they have a blonde hair, blue eyes, fair skin. But that's a deficiency of the part of chromosomes that causes that genetic problem. However, one race. Now, the funny part is, not only this thing is not explainable, the second is, how could a family, just two people, give birth to countless others? Now, they believe that they had sons and they had wives and the wives gave birth to many other things. But those are not Adam and Eve. You're talking about Noah and his wife. So never get confused between Adam and Eve, because Adam and Eve are the source of human beings. A lot of people get this thing mixed up. Adam and Eve are different. Adam and Eve are like diamond that is hidden in a rock. They're not yet out. They are the actual rock of the diamond. So how could such couple create such generations and races of them? I can't believe. This is way beyond my understanding. So if you know anything, for the past few weeks that I've been uploading questions, no one really got any answers. That means we are all lost. I've seen viewers, I've seen people like and sometimes DM me. However, no one gets involved with the comments. You need to understand this. If you do not say something, that doesn't mean you do not know. Don't be shy. Just share your ideas, share your understanding about the concepts that I'm explaining in here. Because together, we may actually come up with some sort of a knowledge that no one before us had. So have your research, see if you can have any answer to leave in the comments box below or not. So all of that, have a great weekend. The place where I live, the winter is coming. So prepare for a very cold winter because it's right in the corner. Have a good one. See you next time.